Welcome, everyone, to the latest episode of our podcast. I'm excited to delve into a topic that often goes undiscussed but holds immense power in various aspects of our lives: the power of walking away in negotiations. To illustrate this concept, imagine you're a small business owner about to enter a crucial negotiation with a potential partner. Your company is facing a dire situation, teetering on the brink of collapse with limited capital to sustain operations. Securing this deal is your last resort. Failure means facing the devastating consequences of dissolving your business and potentially facing legal action. As you step into the negotiation room, the weight of the situation is heavy on your shoulders. You have no room for maneuvering, only one option: securing this contract at any cost. This is a prime example of the worst-case scenario in a negotiation, a position where your back is against the wall, leaving you vulnerable and susceptible to unfavorable terms. Why is this situation so detrimental? Because you're negotiating from a position of weakness, a place where desperation can cloud your judgment and compromise your ability to secure a fair and equitable agreement. No matter how skilled you are at negotiation, maintaining composure under such pressure is near impossible. The other party can quickly sense your desperation, exploiting your need to sign the contract. They may demand unreasonable concessions, knowing you have limited options for refusal. The end result? You might find yourself trapped in an agreement that heavily favors the other party, placing your company in a disadvantageous position even if you manage to survive. This example highlights one of my fundamental principles. I avoid entering any negotiation where I have no alternative but to accept whatever terms are presented. While it's impossible to predict every future situation, I strive to create options, backup plans, and alternative pathways so I'm never completely dependent on a single outcome. This strategy might appear blunt or even unprofessional to some, but trust me, it's a potent tool in any negotiation, granting you the power to walk away if the deal doesn't align with your best interests. Beyond business negotiations, this power extends to various facets of life, including personal relationships and family dynamics. Let's shift gears and examine how the power of walking away can manifest in personal situations. Imagine you're in a workplace where the environment is toxic. Your colleagues engage in cutthroat competition, resorting to backstabbing and undermining each other. Your boss lacks competence, favoring flattery over talent, and creating an atmosphere of anxiety and pressure. You find yourself trapped in this unhealthy environment, feeling powerless to change the situation. Perhaps you're stuck because it's the only job you could find. Or maybe you lack the confidence to apply elsewhere. Whatever the reason, the lack of an exit strategy can be debilitating. It can make you susceptible to bullying and manipulation from colleagues or superiors who exploit your perceived inability to leave. These toxic individuals recognize your dependence on the job, taking advantage of this vulnerability to further their agendas at your expense. Their actions can range from assigning you an unreasonable workload, taking credit for your work, to spreading rumors that damage your reputation. You end up feeling frustrated, demoralized, and stuck in a cycle of negativity. This scenario underscores the importance of creating options for yourself, even when you're not actively seeking a change. Continuously upgrading your skills, networking, and exploring alternative career paths can empower you to take control of your career and personal well-being. It grants you the strength to walk into your boss's office and say, "I quit," if the situation becomes unbearable. Even if you never utter those words, knowing you have the power to walk away can transform how you interact in your current workplace. It instills a sense of confidence that others will notice, potentially deterring negative behavior directed towards you. People sense strength, and when they recognize that you're not afraid to walk away from a situation that doesn't serve you, their interactions with you will likely change for the better. You become less of a target for manipulation, less susceptible to pressure tactics, and more likely to be treated with respect. Now, let's explore how this principle applies to personal relationships, particularly within the context of love and family. Let's picture a scenario where a woman finds herself in a relationship where she constantly feels undervalued and disrespected. Her partner might be emotionally manipulative, making her feel dependent on him. They might use phrases like, "You can't live without me," or I'm the only one who truly understands you. These statements, though seemingly innocuous, can slowly chip away at her self-esteem, fostering a sense of helplessness and dependence on her partner. These are classic manipulation tactics, aimed at controlling her emotions and actions. Over time, she starts to believe these messages, gradually losing sight of her own worth and independence. She might hesitate to pursue her own interests, neglecting her personal growth and social connections. The lack of an exit strategy can make her tolerant of behavior that she wouldn't accept under normal circumstances. She may rationalize her partner's actions, convincing herself that she can't live without him, even if he treats her poorly. This is the toxic cycle that can arise from not having the power to walk away. To counteract this dynamic, it's crucial to remember that no one is indispensable in a loving and respectful relationship. A healthy partnership should be built on mutual respect, support, and the freedom to pursue individual growth. If those elements are absent, having the strength and self-awareness to walk away is essential. It might sound harsh, but sometimes letting go of a toxic relationship is the only way to reclaim your self-worth and open yourself to healthier, more fulfilling connections. Now, let's turn our attention to the context of family. In many societies, there's an unspoken expectation that family bonds are unbreakable, even in the face of dysfunctional dynamics. While family ties are precious, maintaining a healthy distance or even severing ties can sometimes be necessary for self-preservation. Let's consider a scenario where a woman finds herself trapped in a cycle of emotional abuse from her family. She might have parents or siblings who constantly criticize her choices, belittle her accomplishments, or make her feel inadequate. These situations are more prevalent than we realize and can be incredibly damaging to one's self-worth and mental well-being. Over time, she might internalize this negativity, doubting her own abilities and feeling trapped in a cycle of self-blame and guilt. She may feel obligated to endure this abuse due to societal pressures or a misplaced sense of duty towards her family. However, it's important to remember that we're not obligated to tolerate any form of abuse, regardless of the source. Our mental and emotional well-being should never be sacrificed to maintain a facade of familial harmony. Having the power to walk away from a toxic family environment, to establish healthy boundaries, or even to cut ties completely can be a liberating and empowering act of self-care. It's not about abandoning your loved ones. It's about prioritizing your own well-being and protecting yourself from further harm. This principle can apply to all kinds of relationships. For instance, a friend who constantly borrows money but never repays, a family member who always expects you to do them favors without reciprocating, or a colleague who constantly undermines your work. These are all situations where having the power to walk away can be crucial for protecting your mental and emotional well-being. In these situations, it's vital to remember that we have the right to choose the people we allow into our lives. We're not obligated to maintain relationships that drain our energy, compromise our self-esteem, or hinder our personal growth. Choosing to walk away from such relationships, while difficult, can be a powerful act of self-respect and a vital step towards a happier and healthier life. Throughout my professional career and personal journey, I've encountered countless individuals stuck in unfavorable situations, often due to a lack of preparation and the ability to walk away. They find themselves trapped in toxic jobs, unhealthy relationships, or dysfunctional family dynamics, unable to break free from the cycle of negativity. I always encourage my friends, family, and colleagues to prioritize their own well-being, to cultivate options, and to never underestimate the power of walking away from a negotiation or situation that doesn't align with their best interests. Remember, having the option to walk away doesn't necessarily mean you will. It's about being prepared, being in control, and ensuring that you're negotiating from a position of strength, not desperation. It's about recognizing your own worth and not allowing yourself to be treated with disrespect or disregard. As we navigate the complexities of life, remember that true strength often lies in knowing when to let go, when to step back, and when to say no. I hope today's discussion has given you new perspectives on the power of walking away in negotiations and other life situations. If you found this episode helpful, I encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to our podcast for more insights on personal finance, business, and life strategies. Thank you for listening.